Let me introduce you to the 2025 Land Rover Range Rover Velar, a luxury mid-size SUV that aims to strike the balance between style, refinement, off-road capability, and everyday usability. The Velar name itself has been around since 2017, positioned between the compact Evoque and the larger Range Rover Sport, and for 2025 it continues to evolve with subtle updates and sharper differentiation across trim levels. At its core, the 2025 Velar retains the Jaguar Land Rover JLR IQ aluminum-intensive architecture shared with models like the Jaguar F-Pace, offering a strong mix of rigidity and lightness. The wheelbase spans 2,874 millimeters, and its overall dimensions are approximately 4,803 millimeters in length, 2,032 millimeters wide, including mirrors, and 1,665 millimeters in height, though variants with options can shift those slightly. Visually, the 2025 Velar continues with a sleek, almost coupe-like silhouette, with flush door handles, a gently sloping roofline, strong shoulder lines, and minimalist detailing that gives it a modern and somewhat stealthy presence on the road. From the front, you'll see a broad grille with a refined mesh design, slim LED headlights, and sometimes optional matrix LED units, with signature daytime running light motifs and a sculpted hood. The side profile is elegant, with a strong beltline, relatively short overhangs, and large wheel options, ranging from 19 up to 21 inches or more, depending on trim, that fill the arches but still remain tasteful. At the rear, you'll find slender taillights that wrap into the tailgate, a clean tailgate design with minimal badging clutter, and integrated exhaust outlets, often hidden or stylized, to maintain a premium look. The aerodynamics are well considered. The Velar has historically had low drag coefficients, and the body design aims to reduce turbulence and wind noise, which helps with highway refinement and cabin quietness. Step inside, and the 2025 Velar delivers a modern, luxurious cabin with strong emphasis on materials, space, and technology. The overall design language is minimalist luxury, clean surfaces, integrated interfaces, hidden vents, and premium finishes. You'll find high-grade leather or optional Windsor leather on top trims, real wood or aluminum trim, ambient lighting, and high attention to detail in stitching, surface transitions, and tactile feedback. The layout centers around dual, or in some markets triple, touchscreens, a large central infotainment display, often around 11.4 inches, using the Pivi Pro software, that handles navigation, media, connectivity, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and vehicle settings, and below that a secondary touchscreen or control surface for climate and comfort functions. Some trims may also offer a digital instrument cluster ahead of the driver. The physical controls are kept to a minimum. You'll still find a steering wheel with multifunction buttons, shift paddles, drive mode selector, and perhaps a rotary controller, depending on market. But the cabin experience is largely dominated by sleek surfaces and touchscreen integration. Rear seat comfort is generally good for the class. You get adequate legroom, headroom, though the sloping roofline encroaches slightly, and comfortable seats with decent support. The rear seats often have a 40/20/40 split fold, and when folded they free up a respectable amount of cargo space. With the rear seats up you might get around 30 cubic feet, or its metric equivalent, and with them folded, that expands to around 60 cubic feet, or slightly less, depending on trim and equipment. The cargo floor is relatively flat, and the tailgate, power-operated on higher trims, opens wide to facilitate loading. In terms of comfort, insulation from road and wind noise is a strong point. The Velar aims for a plush, quiet ride, and many reviewers note that at low and moderate speeds it feels incredibly refined, with little intrusion of external noise or harshness into the cabin. As for powertrain options, the 2025 Velar offers a few choices depending on region and trim. The base, S, and mid, Dynamic SE, trims typically use a 2.0L turbocharged 4-cylinder Ingenium gasoline engine producing about 247 horsepower, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive, AWD, as standard. That setup yields EPA estimates, or comparable metrics, around 22 miles per gallon city/26 miles per gallon highway in the US, though again real-world figures can differ. The top trim, the Dynamic HSE, upgrades to a 3.0L inline, 6-mild hybrid powertrain, which boosts output to about 395 horsepower while retaining the 8-speed auto and AWD hardware. This version also adds more advanced suspension and luxury features. That engine allows noticeably stronger acceleration and a more spirited driving experience, but with some fuel economy trade-offs. Also, the 3.0L version often comes with additional enhancements like electronic air suspension or adaptive dynamics. which can raise or lower ride height, improve ride comfort, and adjust damping real-time depending on the road surface and driving mode. In driving dynamics, the 2025 Velar is more comfort-oriented than a sport SUV, but it still handles well for its size and weight. The steering is accurate and responsive, though not razor-sharp, and the body control is good. The SUV leans modestly in corners, but the suspension and chassis mitigate that to keep occupants comfortable. Many reviewers say the driving experience is composed rather than thrilling. It's more about smoothness, isolation, and elegance than raw sports car excitement. The 3.0L variant certainly livens things up, giving the vehicle more punch when overtaking or accelerating out of curves, and the adaptive systems help balance ride and handling as needed. Off-road capability is Rover nameplate, and the Velar is no slouch. While it's not a hardcore off-road machine like the full-size Range Rover, it retains enough systems to handle mild to moderate off-road terrain with confidence. Standard AWD, traction control systems, hill descent control, selectable drive modes, which adjust throttle, transmission behavior, suspension, and traction parameters, and optional electronic locking differentials or low-speed crawling modes equip it to face gravel, mud, snow, or light trails. Some trims with air suspension can raise ride height further for more clearance. That said, the Velar is best when its off-road tasks are moderate. Deep rock crawling or extreme off-road obstacles are better left to more dedicated models. Performance in real-world driving tends to favor highway cruising, city comfort, and long-distance drives. On well-paved roads, the Velar remains composed, comfortable, and well-insulated, even at high speeds. The ride is supple, soaking up imperfections, and the suspension calibration is tuned more toward luxury than sport. That said, it can still deliver respectable acceleration, especially with the 3.0L variant, and the transmission shifts smoothly and intelligently. Fuel efficiency is decent for its class, especially in its base engine form, although heavier driving or pushing performance will obviously erode gains. In tests, reviewers often find that under moderate conditions, the Velar performs very competitively with rivals in terms of comfort, technology, and ease of use, though it may not always lead in outright performance or value. When it comes to tech, the Velar is well equipped. The Pivi Pro infotainment system is central to the experience, offering fluid response, crisp graphics, and integration of wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The system also supports navigation, connected services, over-the-air updates, and intuitive vehicle settings. On higher trims, you get larger screens, digital instrument clusters, augmented reality navigation, and additional software capabilities. Sound systems are premium. Most trims come with Meridian audio systems, with more speakers and power on higher trims. Other features include wireless charging, multiple USB-C ports, ambient interior lighting, heated and cooled, or ventilated, seats, power adjustments, 14-way or even 20-way on higher trims, massage seats in some markets, heated steering wheel, panoramic sliding glass roof, privacy glass, and other comfort amenities. Safety and driver assistance technologies are also robust. Standard features often include adaptive cruise control, blind spot assist, lane keep assist, forward collision mitigation, automatic emergency braking, rear cross-traffic alert, parking assist, surround cameras, driver condition monitoring, and more. Some higher trims may offer more advanced semi-autonomous driving aids or improved sensors and radars. In terms of trim hierarchy, for 2025 the Velar is offered in certain markets, 3 main trims: Velar S, Base, Velar Dynamic SE, and Velar Dynamic HSE. The Base S model starts with a 2.0L engine, basic luxury amenities, 19-inch wheels, and a solid feature set including the Pivi Pro, leather seating, heated seats, and driver assistance gear. The Dynamic SE adds cosmetic upgrades, like dark anodized trim, special wheels, fog lights, and interior accents, but mechanically is largely similar to the S. The top Dynamic HSE trim is more premium. It brings the 3.0L inline, 6-mild hybrid engine, upgraded suspension, often including electronic air suspension, more luxurious seating, Windsor leather, 20-way adjustable front seats, power reclining rear seats, larger wheels, and extra features to justify its higher price point. Pricing varies by region and optional features, but in the US, the base Velar S has a starting MSRP around $61,500, excluding destination and handling, while the higher Dynamic HSE pushes well into higher price territory with all the extra options. In markets outside the US, pricing will differ with taxes, import duties, and local specifications. One of the common critiques of the Velar, especially in its base engine form, is that the 2.0L four-cylinder, while competent, can feel underwhelming when asked to accelerate aggressively or carry heavy loads. Some reviewers found it lacks the punch expected in this luxury class, especially when compared to rivals offering more powerful base engines or turbocharged sixes. The transition to the 3.0L variant addresses that, but at the cost of higher fuel consumption and price. Some also point to occasional slight lag in the infotainment system or certain software quirks, and the very minimalistic interior, few physical controls, may not appeal to all users. Some prefer more tactile knobs, switches, and redundancy rather than reliance on touch controls. Others have noted that service, maintenance, parts cost, and depreciation for premium SUVs like the Velar can be higher than average, so ownership costs must be factored in. In reviews aggregated across consumer feedback, the Velar generally scores around 4 out of 5 stars in many markets, praised for its design, comfort, desirability, and capability, but with some caveats about performance in base trim and cost considerations. To sum up, the 2025 Range Rover Velar is a sophisticated, elegant, and well-balanced luxury SUV that leans toward refined comfort and style rather than raw performance. For buyers prioritizing aesthetics, interior quality, and a luxurious driving experience over sports car thrills, the Velar is a compelling option. The 3.0L variant offers the extra performance to compete more strongly, while the base 2.0L provides a more efficient and accessible entry into the Velar world. Its capability off-road is credible for most light adventure use, and technology and safety offerings are abundant. The trade-offs are mainly in cost, purchase, and maintenance, and the fact that in its base form it isn't the fastest in its class. If you want a luxury SUV that combines Range Rover prestige with stylish design and comfortable driving, the 2025 Velar deserves strong consideration. But as always, it's wise to test drive both the base and higher trims, compare with competitors such as BMW X5, Mercedes GLE, Audi Q7, Volvo XC90, etc. in your market, and factor total cost of ownership into your decision. That completes our deep dive into the 2025 Land Rover Range Rover Velar. Interior, exterior, performance, technology, strengths, weaknesses, and where it stands in the market. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more car reviews and comparisons.